Well, guys, look at what we got here. It snowed last night. Still plenty of it. Whew. Breathing that cold air. I don't trust this spot. I saw that it was wet and glistening, but you don't know if it's wet or if it's fucking black ice. Out here walking all the time, especially during the winter. It's not a matter of if I slip and fall, it's about when. It almost got me a couple times. Almost did splits that one day, you remember that? It's a bit windy too. Well, we're finishing up. Hey, what's going on? Finishing up this 47-hour fast today. I always skip, well, for the last 3 months, I've been skipping Sundays and not eating. So fasting 23 hours a day and then 47 on the weekend. It's been helping with the weight loss a lot lately. I was down to 98.9 kilograms this morning. But we're back at it today, continuing to walk. The snow's back. You're all here with me. It's a good morning. Trying to focus on breathing in this cold air. Get my body used to it. Oh my God. These birds, man, they gotta be friggin'. I don't know how these birds do it being so damn tiny and barely weighing anything. Whew. Oh, we got a squirrel out in the field. It's right over there. See if we can zoom in on it. Oh, it's taking off, the little shit. Man, I'm glad I decided to bundle up today. Like, we could have easily done this with no hoodie on too, because we're wearing our hoodie and our jacket today, like our canvas jacket. Shit, did I bring my wallet? Yeah, I got my wallet on me. And whew. So we're about 6 minutes into the walk. It'll probably take about another 5-10 minutes for our body to like warm itself back up again. Because, you know, we're going to obviously get that initial shock factor. So we're going to be cold. But now we just got mentally pushed through it and get our body warmed up. And then we'll be good to go. Whew. We're probably going to be holding our breath here from this intersection to the next one. Due to that dead skunk on the side of the road. Because it's going to smell bad, so. Mm-mm. 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 Mm. Oh my god. This smells absolutely disgusting. Okay. We're back to clean air again. Holy shit. So back there behind us, because we're walking with the wind right now. So that dead animal back there was a skunk. You know, the ones that like sprays the nasty smell and it stinks real bad? Well, as they sit there and rot, they still got their sap too, and that shit all mingles together, and oh my god, it makes you want to gag. Yeah, now we're 11 minutes into the walk. Our body's feeling pretty warmed up now. I'm not as cold. So we've gotten our body temperature stabilized from this moderate walking speed. And it is still currently snowing as well, guys. You may not be able to tell on stream or whatnot. I don't know. Whew. It looks like the gas company was out here marking shit. Those little yellow flags is if someone's going to go dig, it's letting them know where that pipe is. Huh. I wonder what AT&T's out here doing. These blue markers, I actually don't know what it's for. I'm surprised they spray painted the snow though. When we get up here, we'll check on the creek. See if it's iced over at all. Maybe there's some ice sheets formed. I don't think it got cold enough to freeze the entire top layer of the creek though. But we'll see. We'll see. No, I didn't freeze it at all. But it is still pretty. Oh, it looks like somebody has a campsite set up there now. I don't think that was there yesterday. But yeah, the creek's still flowing. There's snow everywhere. And we got an active campsite down there. Looks like we got some city workers up here. I wonder what they're working on. Oh, looks like there was the railroad, I guess. How you doing? Pretty good. I hit this button. I see the lights are flashing. See, we're clear left and clear right. We're gonna go ahead and go. Because if we decide to wait, it ain't gonna be clear. Damn. Someone dragged something through here. Go over here and check on this wasp's nest too. Well, looks like the Chihuahua gang ain't out today. They probably came out in the snow. It's like, fuck that shit. Thought I heard somebody behind me. Dudes, I get paranoid like a motherfucker. Like I could have my back against the wall and still think there's somebody behind me. I'll get that paranoid. Let's go ahead and check on this wasp nest. Oh, I got my other hand on it and I can stabilize it better. In a weird way, I can't wait to see that nest active. It'd be interesting to see if we could see the wasps flying in and out of there or crawling on it. Where I live at now, I have a decently sized backyard. I can start me a garden and throw in a couple honeybee hives, to form my own honey and shit, but I probably could have started it last year, but I'm at odds ends with myself because I want to be able to travel more, And when I travel, I like to travel for like 1 to 3 months at a time. I wouldn't mind trying to say fuck it one day and travel for 6 months. But I also want to do honeybees in the garden. I mean, I guess if I happen to find a new wife and whatnot, then I wouldn't travel as much. And me and her could handle a garden and honeybees and chickens and shit. Because we're a lot, like in the city limits, we're allowed to have 3 chickens. No roosters, though. Fucking bullshit. But I can see it now. There'd be a lot of people whining about the rooster making noises early in the morning or randomly throughout the day from fucking chickens. And I want to do more with this IRL stream stuff too. Like, I wouldn't mind just walking around more of Columbus or driving to parts of Columbus and just walking around and visiting places. But I'm also trying to save as much money as possible. I mean, I got like 2 splurges right now still. I'm like, I'm not trying to save as much, but that's why I'm saying as much as possible. Because since I've been on this diet, well, let's just say I got like 6, 7 bags of candy at home and some seasonal cakes. So I don't completely miss the seasons or the holidays anyways. Like I got a bag of, like a bag or 2 of Christmas candy, a bag or 2 of friggin', what is it, Valentine's Day candy, about 3 bags of Easter candy. But if I take them all out of their boxes, it'll put them all down like 1 to 2 bags, I bet. But still, I got a couple of boxes of Valentine's Day cupcakes too from Little Debbie, like the heart-shaped cupcakes, the chocolate ones, and I think it's the strawberry ones. I got a couple boxes of those in my bedroom. Saving that shit for, I'm gonna start enjoying that shit in a couple weeks. Then I bought me some Easter candy yesterday. I mean, sure, I'll be here for Easter. Like Easter is what, April 5th? I don't leave until April 8th, so technically I will be here for Easter. That said, I'm also gonna try and see if I can do something for my niece and my, I guess I could call him my grandnephew since it's my oldest niece's child. And let's see, I have a grandniece now too, but at the same time, it's only a baby, like 6 months. So maybe I'll get it a stuffed animal or something. Ooh, check out this beautiful sight. Big open creek. Snow on the right bank, snow on the left bank and on the hills. Put the phone out here. Maybe a screenshot moment. Man, I don't know what the hell someone dragged through here, but damn, they dragged the shit out of it. And with all the lines being evenly spaced like that, it definitely was no cart or bicycle. That's for sure. Hey, how you doing? For whatever reason, though, they dragged it up into the grass and kept it going. Well, whatever it is, I think they dragged it towards the scrapyard. Let's go ahead and turn around. Yeah, we're not doing the full 5 miles today. I think in my mind, well, especially since I'm on, like with the streaming and stuff now too, I don't have enough distraction to keep me focused for the whole 5 miles, you know? Like coming to here, I know technically it's not that far, but then, you know, when you know that you gotta walk a bit more further, and you know it's still not that much farther, even though there's a lot of turns to make it, you know, not to cause you a mental slump or anything, but I usually do better on my long walks when I have someone to actually talk to, you know? Like, I could walk 5 miles a day, every day, and be on the phone with my cousin who's out trucking, who might sometimes be on a three-way calls with one of his trucking buddies, and we're all three fucking, you know, dogging on one another, having a good old time laughing and joking. That makes the 5 mile walk go by so goddamn fast. Take another peek at the creek before we go back by. Alright, here we go. Now, when we get up here to the railroad track, if we go straight, this walk will turn into roughly 3 miles, a little over 3 miles. If we go right, we can extend it to roughly 4 miles or a little over 4 miles. Oh, it's over at the other railroad track. Damn, good thing we didn't go over there. We would have caught a big ass tram and had to stand around for probably 15 minutes. Every fucking time I crack my neck, man. Every time. Crack my neck, I feel like I lose my balance. Fucking bullshit. Say what though, as each day passes, the more excited I get. So, Wednesday, I believe, because what, today's Monday, ain't it? I don't even know what today is today. Yeah, today's Monday. So, Wednesday is the Samsung Unpack event. That's going to be at 1 p.m. I'm excited for that. If you ordered that S26 Ultra and those Samsung Bud 4 Pros, I'm going to use my phone as a trade-in. I'm going to use my current earbuds as a trade-in too. That'll help offset the cost a little bit. If I can offset all the costs by at least half for each device, it'd be a joyous day indeed. But then, next week, or as of next Thursday, I believe that's March 5th, that's my annual physical, and it's also going to be the last day of this extreme-ass diet that I'm doing. Like, holy fuck. I've been doing this shit for 3 months. We've lost like 20 fucking kilograms in 3 months. Because we went from 118, and then this morning, I was at 98. It was like, 118 point something, and then today was like 98.9. So we're just gonna round it. 118 to 98. What was that like? Nah, that's 20. My math is so bad. What was it like 12? 10, 12 kilograms? I don't fucking know. I use my fingers for basic math. But still, like, that's like, when you think about it in pounds, it's like at least 40 pounds. because I was around 260. Like 260 is my average all year long. Because I would bounce between 255 and 265, I think it was. But I was most of my mornings when I would weigh myself. Because usually when I weigh myself, I wake up, take a piss, and then weigh myself in the underwear, you know? I jump on, jump off, do it 3 times. Make sure it's the same thing 3 times. Then, because sometimes on the floor, if you don't put it in the right spot, it makes it uneven. So you can do it 5 times and get 5 different numbers somehow. But then you find the right spot and it evens out and you're on the right number all 3 times. So, but yeah, I do this every morning and then I log it on ChatGPT for AI input. And it's really good at estimations, talking about like why this may or may not occur and reasons behind it or estimated reasons behind it. So yeah. And then I know my dad's waiting too. Because he keeps wanting to go out to like buffets and shit. And I'm like, I'm eating between 16:30 and 17:30 and skipping Sundays. And he's like, I don't give a fuck, let's just go eat. So he's patient, well, impatiently waiting. And then I have a feeling that after March 5th, so like the 7th or 8th of that weekend, he'll probably want to go out to eat or something. All right. So we're clear left and we're clear right. So if we go straight, we go 3 miles. Let's go right. We're not doing the 5 miles today, but we'll at least extend our walk out to 4 miles. Whew. Hot damn. Yeah, if we would have went that way, that train from down there pops out at the intersection over there, and it's still going. So we would still be down there waiting. And then during all that waiting, we would have lost all of our body heat we got built up, you know? I guess we can go back and check out the creek as we're walking past it again. How you doing? Pretty good. Walk until I find gold. How you doing, Rabbit? Yeah. Well, I'll be coming back to Vietnam in April if you want to hang out some. Schedule? You talking about your sleep schedule? Or are you talking about like an actual busy schedule of something? Because, you know, with me not really having a schedule, I can always hang out with you whenever you have free time. Oh my God, did you find a job? What are you actually doing now? Trying to go back to school? Well, shit, even still, like, I'm happy for you. That's good. A baker? You know what's funny? I was learning how to bake honey wheat sourdough bread about a month ago. I bought me a nice cast iron, like mini Dutch oven type thing. And then I bought everything I needed to rehydrate some sourdough starter. And I baked like 2, 3 loaves of bread. I didn't eat it though. My family said it tasted good. But when I come back from Asia, it's only gone for like almost 4 months. So I'm the only one learning about sourdough bread in my family right now. So if I start up another batch after my diet to eat it, I don't want the starter to go to waste while I'm gone for 4 months. Why? What do you mean don't mention that dough in front of you? Hey, real quick, I'm gonna try and hold my breath until I cross this intersection because there's a dead skunk up here and it smells really bad. I just passed it now. It's not that far of a walk from it. It's just like I can smell it with my nose, but if I'm talking, I should get to your mouth. Oh my god! Like the smell, the stench of a corpse of roadkill, and it being a skunk, so its sack is degrading away too, and it makes it smell so much worse. Like I don't know what would be worse, that stench of the dead skunk, or well, I would say maybe fish sauce. So I can't stand that shit either. Yeah, there's outbreaks like every hour. Lucky your agency, you don't have to watch that shit. I mean, if you have an ad blocker, it helps. That's what I do. I have an ad blocker on my computer. Well, on my web browser. So when I'm watching these fucking sex and Asian girls dancing in, like lewd outfits and bikinis and shit on stream, I'll have them up watching and I'll get like a little pop-up going like, would you like to enable ads? Skip. You don't do that? Well, just so you know, when I do come to Asia, I don't know if I'll be on Twitch that much, as I'll primarily be streaming on Kick when I'm over there. I might try, but I don't know how well Twitch is gonna like me being on Bleevin Street, drinking, and watching the girls dance while live streaming. Yeah, it's still snowing. So for the state of Ohio, and basically like in the northern regions of the USA and all of Canada, I can't really speak for Canada, but for northern USA, we can get snow probably almost as close to as much as April. But then if you're in states where there's mountains and shit up high in the sky, where they get snow-covered caps and shit, it could be longer. But we can get, so my state of Ohio, we've had snow as early as October 4th before. And I only remember that because my cousin and I ran a Spartan race where it was like an obstacle course. It was either 5 or 15 kilometers. And it was a day like this. And it was snowing like this. And it was cold as balls. And there was this much snow on the ground. And it was October 4th. But we can also get snow as late as fucking April. Be a six-pack guy. Why the fuck would I ever want to have a six-pack? Hey, thanks for stopping by, Rabbit. I'll see you around. Hit me up on Discord sometime, silly. But yeah, like that whole six-pack thing, I get it. Some people, they strive for it. But a lot of people with six-packs also make themselves extremely unhealthy. I would never want to do that. Like, you can work out your abs and your core and have extremely nice abs while also being a fat guy. Like, it's okay if you have a gut. Because there's this like whole misconception that if you're fat, that you're automatically unhealthy. But that's not always the case either. That's not always true. Now, it's different if you're fat and extremely lazy. Like, if you're fat and can't even do a single fucking push-up, or you can't even hang on the bar for even like a few seconds, or you can't walk from, say, like from here to this intersection, or even from here to the next intersection, you got issues. That's when being fat and being that obese and lazy is actually concerning. Like, it's one thing, to try to be healthy. It's another thing to be obsessed over it. Like, me being over 200 pounds, it's crazy, but I am a lot fatter than when I was in the Marine Corps. Because in the Marine Corps, I was around 175 to 181. And for my height, 5'8", 181, according to the U.S. Marine Corps, is my maximum weight limit. So, I would technically have been clarified as a fat body back then. But also, it's going to be based on genetics too. But there are some people, that obsessively chase after six packs and they think that they'll be happy. But by the time they get there, like, we would all be able to see their six pack, but in their mind they can't see it, so they're still pushing for it until in their mind they can see what they want to see. And then once you break them of that obsession, they tend to be well, they end up usually being healthier and happier on a psychological level. Like some people, man, they just win the genetic lottery. They'll have that naturally high metabolism and everything, to where they barely even have to work out, and they got the definitions, they got the six pack. They don't have to work that hard for it. But it's not until they'll take that shit for granted, and then as they get older and their metabolism starts to slow down, and they start getting chubbier, like even those types of people can be like, oh shit, and start down that unhealthy obsession to get back to where they were. But like, yeah, like I've lost over 40 pounds in 3 months. And that's because I've been intaking 1,800 calories or less a day and fasting for 23 hours and then 47 hours on the weekend. Like today being Monday, I'm currently still on my 47-hour fast, but at 16:30 today, I'll start my 1 meal a day, and I'll consume less than 1,800 calories while still maintaining 150 to 160 grams to help maintain. Nice to have you here. So, like, I don't understand this obsession with six packs. Like, I'm 39, so I'm getting close to 40. Like, later this year, I'll be 40. And it's like, as I've gotten older, it's like I've gained this, like, I don't want to say maturity, but this, like, broader understanding that trying to achieve a six pack isn't absolutely necessary. Now, if you can do everything healthy, you bulk up. You don't even have to bulk up, but you gain some muscle, and you naturally just start losing that fat over time, and you're not killing yourself for it. Then, if it happens, it happens. Do I speak Spanish? No español. Like, I used to speak some Spanish back when I was in middle school, high school, but I barely remember any of it. It was so many years ago. Like, I graduated high school in 2005, so I've been out of school for at least 20 years. Now, I wish I had a great memory to where I was multilingual. That would be pretty badass. Like, I've tried to learn some languages over the years, but my memory is just so bad I can't, like, retain it. Like, it took me months just to remember to say hello in fucking Vietnamese. A friend of mine in Vietnam is an English teacher, and we spent an entire goddamn month, literally 1 month, 30 minutes to an hour a day, like, reading and practicing the vowels of Vietnamese characters. And then we stopped for a week to see if I could retain it. I forgot every goddamn thing. So when I went to go try to learn it again, like, reading it, I was able to maintain it somewhat. Like, I could look at it, visually see it, and know what it was, kind of. Like I can't read the words, but like if I look at the letters, I can kind of guess on how they might sound. I just suck at sounding it out myself and can't remember how they sound. Like if I ever get married again and my next wife speaks a different language than English, if she really wants me to learn her language, she's going to have to be like a goddamn language drill instructor and make my ass suffer every day and night just to learn the damn language. Otherwise, I'm more than likely not going to retain it. Man, who keeps blowing up my phone? Yo, what's up? How you doing? So back there in that little forest, well not forest, but that little wood area, it's like a small pocket of flat land. That was like a huge ass homeless tent area. They finally got the cops in there to clean them all out. And then they had some contractors go in there and weed it all out, cut out a lot of vegetation. I guess we can keep walking around for a little bit. I was thinking about ending the stream around right here right before I go in the store. Or we might all just go into the store together. I came in here yesterday and bought like, they had like 4 boxes of Reese's Easter bunnies. And then like, I think roughly 6 boxes of Jif peanut butter Reese's bunny rabbits. I bought all that shit. It was like $35 altogether. I'm gonna be having me a major sugar splurge after my physical next week. Watch me go from like 98 kilograms next week after my physical straight back to like 105. So I got like 6 bags of candy I want to eat. You like Reese's Nut Bar? Is that the, wait, is that the one where it's like a chocolate brick in a sense that got like a bunch of thick peanut butter and some nuts all on the inside of it? I actually like that one too. I actually like it a lot. I think it got like a thin cream coating on the top of it and then covered in chocolate. Correct. Yeah, I love that shit. Man, what is this security guard doing? He's like driving backwards. Expensive there? Huh. You know, depending on where you go here, those bars can probably cost as high as $3. Yeah, I always go in this store right here. It's a chain store. It's a big one. But I always go in here and buy shit because the candy is usually cheaper. You know what? Fuck, let's just go in here. Hello. Like, I'll show you guys some of the candy prices here. Like, for some of these cheap bags, they're like $1. And then we got like these boxes down here about like $1 too. But then we'll have like these bigger bags as well. Like this bag here, like it's 215 grams or 7.6 ounces. It's a decent sized bag. This shit, that'd be like lunch for me. I'll buy like 2 bags of those and eat those in a day. We got bigger bags up here. Like, see, how big is this one? Was that 487.6 grams? 1 pound bags. And then these chocolate M&Ms are 510.3 grams. Like, I could eat all that shit in a day. Like, just go home, get on a game, start watching a show, fucking eat all that shit. It's like, yeah, I'm a fat ass. I don't care. I got a sweet tooth. I love my shit. Same with like our Oreos and shit too. Like, I could, if I don't watch it, I could buy one of these, go home, and then eat the whole damn pack with some milk. That's 513 grams. See, here's my issue. Like, I'll get these candies. They're so big. Cookies, fucking cakes. Like, like even with this box of Nutty Buddies, right? They're 340 grams for the whole box. I'll eat that whole shit in a day. And that one box is $3.19. $40 a week on sweets. Oh man. Before I was on my diet, I would come in here every day, and let's just say, like, I would get 2 of these tall cans of Pepsis, right? These are a pint, 473 milliliters. I'd get 2 of those, maybe like 1 or 2 bag of candies every day. I'd get those ones because they're like $1. These are like 6.50, 6.25. Or even like those big bags are almost $10, like 9.50 and 9.85. But I'm not gonna buy those every day. I'd go broker than anything, you know. Same thing with some of these. Like, they're all $1 too. These here are good as shit. I like these. Like, they're hard candies, and they also got some like, I guess they got a hard candy with a soft center, chewy. And then they got these soft chews down here too. I really like these. I might bring a pack of 2 of these to Vietnam with me. A few dollar bags. Nice. Yeah, same thing with like all the pop, right? Like, I could probably, if I wanted to, right, unhealthily, This will last me a day. I don't do it all the time though. So while I'm here, I'm gonna grab a Slim Jim for the dog. And then here we got these Easter candies for this season. I actually keep looking out for certain ones that I like, and then I just buy them. Like, see how they got like these little milk chocolate bunnies? These ones right here were just peanut butter chocolate covered bunnies. So I bought the rest of those. Might come back another day and buy a shit ton of these Reese eggs though. It's bread. They've got such a variety. Yeah, Pop is really cheap there. I mean, technically, Pop's cheap here too, depending on how you budget your stuff and where you go and get deals. Now, here's what gets me. Come over here and get bags of donuts and these bad boys right here. Sorry. Oh, you're good. Like, I could grab a whole box of those ding dongs right there. Yeah, we call them ding dongs for some reason. Like, I'd eat the whole box of that too if I don't watch it. Like, that shit's so good for me. Like, it tastes so damn good, I'll finish the whole damn box. There's like more candy shoved in this corner right here. You can go ahead. Yeah, we got such a huge variety of sweets and shit. I like these right here too, these Mr. Good bars. It's basically just Hershey chocolate. Basically a Hershey bar stuffed with peanuts. So it's just chocolate covered peanuts, but in a Hershey bar form. And sometimes, if I want to grab me a bottle of pop, I really like these right here. A&W root beer. Shit's good as hell. You guys don't have root beer? Oh man, that's sad. That shit's good as hell. Well, depending on the brand, like Pepsi has root beer called Mug. And let's see. I think Coke has, I forget. I think they got Barks.
What do you like, Mac?
Nah.
Yeah, root egg.
You too. So, we actually have a restaurant here called A&W. It's like an all-American, burger joint, so to speak. Kind of like old school American burger joint. And they have A&W root beer on tap. That shit is good as hell. Like, my second ex-wife, She's Vietnamese from Vietnam. I brought her to America, right? And I let her try that, like the canned root beer. She liked it. It wasn't bad. She's like, it wasn't too bad. It's too sweet for her. But then I took her to the restaurant so she could try it on tap. And every time we would go out to eat, she'd always tell me not to get her a drink, and we should go over to the A&W place and get the root beer over there. And then she'd always get like a large ass cup. And some of our restaurants, our large cups was like 32 ounces. I don't know what that is in grams or milliliters, whatever, milliliters. But it's a lot. That was like one of the only like rare times she always drank like a shit ton of pop like that. 2 pints, okay. I mean, she liked it so much that she would get her root beer with light ice so she could have more, or she would finish hers in the car and then try and drink all mine. So like, it's a good drink. If you ever come to America, I believe we usually have like A&W like joints inside like airports and shit. And I know there's like, from what I can remember, there's two in my city. One where I used to live out in about 20 minutes in that direction. And there's another one about 10 minutes in that direction. Right on. If you can't find one, if you ever come to Columbus, Ohio, there's some here. Hell, if you're ever in Columbus, Ohio, while I'm here, message me. I'll take you out to one. We'll go find one together. Shit's good as hell. Because they'll have cheeseburgers, and then most of the time they're also usually paired with another old school restaurant called Long John Silver's. And that one's seafood-ish. So, it's got like fried fish and clams and shrimp, basically. I think they got shrimp, but it's probably like not shrimp in the sense where we hear shrimp, it's oh cool, shrimp. But it's probably more in the sense of like popcorn shrimp, like fried shrimp or something. Not a problem. Hell, when I go to the airports again this April, when I go to fly out from here to California to Vietnam, I'll keep an eye out at the airports there, and I'll show them off. So I probably will stream at the airports a little bit. I'm not sure what the policies are in the actual airports for actually streaming in like the waiting areas. Not like I'm gonna care too much in a sense. Back in the 90s, the steaks, yeah. We actually have, it's kind of funny, we have a restaurant here. We may have talked about before called Steak and Shake, but they don't serve steaks at all. It's only hamburgers. Speaking of hamburgers, oh, that's a sausage egg McMuffin. Oh yeah, no shit. What's his name? I've been watching Mr. Sins a lot now. I know there's this other guy too. Like I've been watching Mr. Sins a lot lately. I've actually been liking his streams and enjoying him. He seems like a cool guy. I talked to him a few times too on Instagram. Pretty chill. And then I've watched some of Chocolate Man in Thailand's YouTube streams. He seems pretty chill. Then there's this other guy, I think it starts with a Z. I think he's currently traveling right now in Thailand. Mike Oxford. Okay. He is such a nice person. He streams Kick and Switch. It's nice when you find a good stream. Yeah, sure is. Like, so I'm going to Vietnam, Singapore, Thailand, Cambodia. And then last night I ordered plane tickets to the Philippines and Japan before I come back home. So I'm going to be traveling over 4 months from April to July. And I've been trying to find streamers, in the certain areas for where I'm going to be going to, just so I can see what the area is looking like. But I found these one streamers in Vietnam. I'm not going to really mention their names right now, but I was following both of them. But damn, what the fuck did he hit? Probably a deer. God damn, he fucked that all up. Lovely country, everybody's happy there. You want to go to Cambodia to Angkor Wat? It's on your bucket list. Fuck yeah, go for it. I'm gonna go to Phnom Penh. Yeah, Vietnam is a nice country. I've been there several times, and because my second ex-wife being Vietnamese and all, like I went there a lot, and then my dad married a Vietnamese woman, so now my stepmom's Vietnamese, which is ironically what led to my second divorce. Like it literally had nothing to do with me. It was more of a family feud fallout. So my ex didn't want to cause me any drama or anything, so she split away. We're still good friends though. Like she'll message me for advice or some shit, because she's still here in America. She moved away, obviously, but like she's like at least 3 hours away. She called me up one day and was saying about this guy she really liked and was asking for advice about how to approach him and shit. And then she ended up like messaging me back like a couple weeks later telling me that she was in a new relationship now, so I congratulated her. Good woman. No animosity, no hostility. Only thing is I got 2 poodle dogs that are like my kids. Makes it hard to travel. Yeah. It's also another reason why I haven't got myself a dog yet. So I would love to get me a Norwegian Elkhound. Oh, you got yourself a Chinese auntie and half Chinese cousins? Oh, shit. Yeah, I know we're doing an extended walk today. I was gonna go visit my one friend in China. I've been friends with this one girl, but she would always most of the time she only contacted me was while she was like really intoxicated or drunk. So she called me crying and would it be either like fuck you, fuck America, or she'd call me crying and show me her hamsters, her cat, and tell me that she missed me, or she'd call me drunk and crying, and she'd be in the middle of nowhere, and she'd be scared as fuck and just wanted somebody to call so she could walk home. She's a little goofy. She does some dumb shit though. Like if I was wanting to marry a girl based on looks, ooh, can that vehicle get past without hitting anybody? Let's see. Is he gonna scratch? Oh, there's people in that blue van. They just moved over a little bit. Oh yeah, he got it. Right, right. I believe it. I actually wouldn't mind swimming, but sometimes I have this weird issue that if like even a splash of water like hits me in the face, it causes me to have like somewhat of an anxiety attack. Now you would think like, well, what about like the snow and shit? Well, it doesn't really bother me. Like even being out in the rain, it doesn't bother me. Like I don't know what it is, but like I was out driving once, right? I was at a hardware store that sold a lot of like lawn and garden tools and plants and stuff, and they just started. Oh my god! Oh fuck! Someone's smoking a lot of weed somewhere. Holy shit! That shit was freaking rancid. Anyways, now that I got oxygen back, chlorine in the water stings your eyes. Yeah, I ain't got a problem with chlorine stinging my eyes, but it's just like back during my military service, there was this one incident, and it gave me nightmares for a couple weeks. And then now every time when I'm around water, I either got to be encouraged to do it, or someone basically has to like be in trouble, and I got to like find the courage to do it. You know what I mean? It's like a weird ass trigger. No idea why. But it's like some weird psychological thing. Like, I love going fishing, but my love for fishing, even though I suck at it, has also, like, that weird trigger has prevented me from going fishing sometimes. But I'm going to try and do more fishing when I come back this summer. We'll walk our normal walk where we go all the way down that way, and then we'll keep going down, across the main road over there, out there, well, in that direction, and then there'll be a huge river, the Scioto River, and just go ahead and set up a tripod, the camera, power bank, and do some fishing there. And just like fish there for like an hour or two or something. That's because they're still warm, technically. They're technically still warm. That's why, like, some areas will have some snow build up, and the other place spots they won't. 1 inch of snow, everything shuts down. Hey, there are some U.S. states like that too. Like, for example, in North Carolina, I was living down there during my first marriage, right? She wanted to go back there with her family, and I was dumb enough to go with it. Well, they got flurries like this, right? It wasn't even stuck to the ground. The ground was still clear, but I don't know if you guys could see the flurries in the air, but like there was like, as soon as it started happening, they shut down schools and people were crashing left and right. Like, it was so retarded. Oh, it looks like some people set up some tents over there. Great. I don't mind homeless, but I really dislike it. Sometimes borderline even hate it when they set up their homeless tents along these trails, especially when there's like a school and a residential area right there, and kids like to go down there and play in the creek and shit. But yeah, school is still in session here. Like, over here's a school. Like, that building is a school right there, and all the staff are there parked. They'll probably start letting out of school around 2:30 p.m., 14:30. Yeah, they really should do it away from everybody. Cause like, I sometimes honestly, like, we have a lot of homeless, but I bet if we had a field and not build homes, but allow them to do like a tent city, so to speak, and actually had like uh bathrooms and shit, like porta johns and shit, so people can go and safely use the bathrooms, and allow them to pitch up a tent on a small plot and make it all nice and organized, and have it to where there's like armed security guards and police with like a little paramedic station nearby or something. Whew, that wind is starting to kick up. Let me cover up my fingers. To where it was like organized and people could just come and go as they please. And they have their IDs and they register who's coming in and out. Yeah, help keep it hygienic. People can keep their own personal, they can keep their personal belongings. But at the same time, like, as much as I kind of never want to be homeless myself, because grow up in a first world country, you get used to the convenience of a first world country. But if for whatever reason shit goes terribly south and I did ever end up homeless, sure, I might spend a few months, in dread and depression. But at the same time, once I got my bearing back, you're basically free of society. You don't have to stay in one spot. Like, if I was known as going to be getting winter soon, I'm going to start migrating south for the winter. If I want to come back up north, I'll wait till springtime and then start migrating back up north. Like, there's this one Marine I knew. I found out, I think he was homeless for 4 years, but it was by choice. And he traveled I think he had a car there, like he got a car and he traveled from state to state to state all across the U.S. for like 4 years. And I think he was doing like tattoos and bartending work or some shit on the side. But here, not these dumb fucks. They'll pitch up a tent, do their drugs, and then you might be the unfortunate one to find a fucking body frozen somewhere. Or if they're not discovered when springtime comes, well, a smelly body. Like no hatred or anything towards the homeless. I do feel for them. It's just all the drug addicts and the thieves, all the criminals that I got a problem with. But anyways, so I know this park, if you walk it in a figure eight, I think it comes out to about 3/4 of 1 mile. Now, I'm not sure how many kilometers that is, but I think like 3.2 or 3.4 miles is a 5K. So I guess whatever 5 divided by 3 is, and then subtract a quarter of that. Looks quite long. It's a decent sized field, let me tell you. It's definitely a decent sized field. That's what I want to do. I need to see if I can figure out if there's a way to do a command to do conversions for weight and distance. Because I've had people ask me, like how much I weigh in kilograms or how much I weigh in pounds. Like our scale at home, my sister-in-law is also Vietnamese. My brother married her like a year after my dad married his wife. So we got all kinds of Asian women in the family. But anyways, our scale at home is in kilograms. But I also kind of like weighing myself in kilograms just because it's a smaller number. Wait, are you saying that Europe as a whole uses kilometers, but England uses miles? Damn, and here I thought England was more unified with Europe. I mean, except with the whole Brexit thing, of course, but I kind of wish America switched over to kilometers. Because, like, our speeds are honestly pretty fast. I kind of wish we could, like, drop them a lot. And instead of encourage, you know, cars, vans, SUVs, trucks, encourage more people to ride motorbikes and motorcycles. See, I never knew that. I always figured the UK as a whole, as well as Australia, was all more like Europe. I guess we're not so different after all. I think you guys use everything just more in a hybrid sense, whereas we just focus more on imperial. Unless you're like in the medical field or the military, then you'll probably use somewhat of a hybrid between the metric and imperial. Yeah, see, we got all this snow right here. School's still in session. All the teachers and staff are here. They're in there working. They're teaching kids. And we're just out enjoying this lovely snowfall. Actually, let's go this way. We're going to walk through the residential areas a little bit. In the late 70s? Okay. I think that was supposed to be when. So I knew America was supposed to change over to the metric system too. But I've read, if I can remember correctly, that the story was when the units of measurements and stuff was being shipped over to America, something happened and the boat sank and we lost it. So we were like, fuck it. At least that's basically how I remember it. Whether that's factual or not, now that's another story. Slightly different? Slightly? Man, let me tell you what. I would say the difference between English and American English is a huge difference. Hell, if someone's telling me like they're practicing English, I'm gonna ask them which version of English. Like, are they practicing English or are they practicing American English? Because, like, we've twisted the English language so much and have created so much slang that even Americans have a hard time understanding English half the time. Like even here in America, like one of the wildest stories I've ever been told, and I think I've read, was about how in Southern America, like the southern US states, where they got that weird country accent, like supposedly that was the original at the time English accent from England. And then I think supposedly like after the war and everything, it's like Britain changed up their accent so they didn't match Americans. But then somewhere along the lines, even in America, we separated from that southern accent too. So now it's like, who the fuck knows? Well, I know you guys probably have at least 4 accents that I can think of. So I'd reckon that you guys would probably have like what you guys would probably consider your basic English, well, like English from England, I reckon. Then I'm thinking Wales, Scotland, and Ireland. But that's about, I think, the best I could think. First drunk Englishmen settlers. Nice. That seems to be a trend. Seems a lot of things get created from drunk men. Say what? Yeah, I'm live streaming right now. Couldn't really hear those guys. I guess they were asking if I was recording them. So that's why I was shouting out that I'm live streaming. You know, usually if people are going to ask me that, like, are you recording us? And they're getting in cars and shit, makes me wonder if they're up to no good doing some shady shit. Oh yeah, it's not illegal here in America either. Like the only time it would be like technically illegal, you know, is if you're like trying to invade someone's privacy and shit. Like when you're out in the public like this, everything's out open to the public. You can't really claim any type of privacy, you know? But like if they're, say, in their yard, you know, it's different, you know, from walking and then catching them on camera, like while live and shit, compared to just literally focusing the camera on them and shit. But still, technically, I guess that would technically be legal because as long as you're on the street or the sidewalk, you're on public ground and you're not truly invading no one's privacy, I guess. I don't know, it's weird as fuck. Yeah, I agree. Like, that's why the city, you know, like here, for example, privacy fence. The city will allow privacy fence in the backyard to respect the person's privacy and on their own property. But out front, you're not allowed to have a privacy fence. It has to either be an open yard or a chain link fence. So that way you can still see into the front property. What goes on in your backyard is a completely different story. I don't know. I think China might have you guys beat when it comes to CCTV. Hell, maybe all of Asia. Maybe I'll go back and when I end the stream and I eventually go home, maybe I'll go check out. See, we got number plate recognition on every traffic light here. Facial recognition cameras on high streets. Damn. Are you guys sure you're not part of the CCP? So here, they were trying to do traffic cameras, but the court struck them down, violated them as unconstitutional. Which it makes sense because people were starting to get violations because they were loaning their cars out to friends and family, you know? So it wasn't them driving. But then they would be the ones getting hit with the points, the tickets. Yeah, I get it. I understand the suppression. I also understand that, like a lot of my fellow Americans, from where they've been so spoiled with their constitutional rights and our way of like standard of living here in America, that they've become so complacent and they don't realize just how lucky they have it. Huh. There used to be a flag on this pole. I wonder why they took it down. I wonder how much it would cost to update that plaque. See if I can zoom in on it. I never realized this was a Vietnam memorial for a person. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely been there for a long time. Maybe one of these days I'll go buy a new flag or something and ask them if we can hoist it up. So I wonder if that's why they took it down. Maybe it got too ragged and they just never replaced it. I wouldn't mind buying a brand new one and hoisting it up there for them. As a fellow veteran myself, it'd be, especially since I know that's like a memorial, it would be the right thing to do. You know, the crazy thing about your statement about us being the freedom of the world, it's like we have so many freedoms that are taken for granted that we've also heavily regulated ourselves at the same time. For example, like, I don't believe everything justifies to be charged for assault. Like, I think if two people want to fight it out in the street or some shit, as long as they're not, injuring anybody else, let those two guys fight it out. Like, so quick, people are just so used to just calling cops nowadays for everything that cops can't focus on the more important things. Yeah, I'm 39. I was born in '86. So like even like I remember that shit from the '90s. Like even with my dad, like if someone tried to start something with him, he'd fight them, and it was no big deal. No one called the cops. You either got your ass beat or you did it, and it humbled you. And you may or may not have made a new friend. Now it's like, well, a few years or so ago, I watched these kids get in a fight. Right, kids. Well, maybe I'll say teenagers or borderline teenagers because they were, I think, middle school age kids. Like they were not in the middle of this shoot, but we use this for an example. But like they'd be like out in the middle of the intersection. These two boys got into a fight. Everybody's watching, no big deal. Just two boys fighting. And then the boy that lost, he fell and hit his head on the ground. Well, instead of the other boy, yeah, right. So like, kind of wish a lot of people would just like back off and just throwing assault charges around like candy. But same thing with like some other things too, like public intoxication. I don't mind if somebody's out drinking a beer or something. You know what I mean? They're just out and did his puppy get out? Yeah, it is all changed nowadays. I got distracted by this puppy. I think it was in their backyard and snuck around front. But anyways, so like public intoxication, right? When I brought my Vietnamese ex-wife over to the States, her and her Vietnamese girlfriend slash best friends, they just called each other girlfriends, you know what I mean? So her and her girlfriend, they would always get pissed at me because they would want to go, they'd be at a bar and then they'd want to take their drink and go right on these like little electrical scooters and go down to the river and sit on a bitch and drink. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. It's not allowed. And they're like, why is it not allowed? It's America. I'm like, unfortunately, we're heavily regulated because, in Vietnam, they couldn't drink, ride motorbikes or anything, but they could walk around. They're used to being able to go to the parks and drinking, going out to a bench and drinking, and shit like that. Like although we have our freedoms, we've regulated our freedoms a bit, so to speak, to where a lot of our freedoms are also suppressed too. Same thing with like what's the other one that I don't like, I disagree with. A lot of people try to use children as the excuse for it. And that's how all these always start is they cry the children. Cans of what? Beer? Alcohol? Yeah, like here we're only allowed to have our beer at the establishment. You can't take it out anywhere. That's why you'll probably see it like in like movies or something, with like Americans where they might be drinking something, but it's in a brown paper bag. It's a bottle of beer or a can of beer. They just put it in a brown paper bag because if you can't visually see it, you're not allowed to assume what it is. But how many people want to carry around a brown paper bag to sit down and drink a beer? But, alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. I'm gonna start making my way home and warm up some. And then I'll probably be online streaming tonight, playing some video games. It'll probably be StarCraft 2 again. I didn't play last night. I was researching more about what I want to do on my trip coming up, so I ended up doing that instead of live streaming. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'm out here enjoying this walk as best I can. I'm about to end the stream now, though. We've been out here for 2 hours. So I'm going to go ahead, get out of here. And if I'm not busy tonight, I should be streaming. That said, thanks you guys for joining me on this live, enjoying the walk with me, for the conversations. And I shall catch you guys all later. Peace.